All right, let's go to the last one. Honor the king. Okay, this is my favorite one. Now, I spoke a little bit about children having respect for their parents and not interrupting when adults are talking. Don't interrupt. Teach them kids that. It'll make a huge difference when they become adults, I guarantee it. It also make everybody else that deals with them say, wow, those are some well-behaved kids. Do it. Honor the king. All right. Honor the emperor. Okay, you can say, well, we don't have a king, we don't have an emperor. What this fourth principle means is we should honor authority. Period. Authority. Now that's something that our society is missing today. There's no respect for police officers. Young people don't have any respect for police. When I was a child, I was taught police officers, hey, you had to do what they said. If you see that uniform and that badge, you had to respect them. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. And you better do what they tell you to do. And don't do things that get you in trouble with them. But today, little league sports is probably the worst. Okay? Parents are just out of control. They'll sit out there, and if the umpire calls their kid out, slide into third, and it was plain as day. My kid was safe. They start bad mouthing the umpire, saying all kind of filthy stuff in front of the kids, and acting like a nut. There's no respect for the umpire. Okay, sometimes the umpire makes a bad call, but guess what? They're in charge. You should respect that person that's in authority. It's in the Bible right here. You should respect that person and say, well, you know what? The umpire, they're in charge. You gotta do what they say. The coach. Oh man, the coach get the blues nowadays. Why didn't you put my kid in? Why didn't you do this? The coach is the authority. The parent should respect the coach and teach all the kids to respect whatever the coach says. That's what goes. You respect that authority. Now, when I was in school growing up, my dad told me when I first started school, this was in elementary school, he said, now when you go to school, you better do what your teachers tell you to do what your principal tells you to do, and if you get a spanking at school, you're going to get another one when you get home, because I'm going to wear your rear end out. Because when I went to school, yeah, they paddled you. They would whoop your rear end. Now we had this one coach, it's Coach Roy. And Coach Roy looked like a bulldog. He was a big old man, played football at University of Georgia, and he looked like a bulldog. Big old guy. And I guarantee you what, he demanded respect, and he got respect from every kid at school. I saw grown boys in high school, and they would have to go see him and get whooped, and they would come out crying. These were practically grown men, 17, 18 years old, and they'd be bawling like a baby. And when they come out crying, we didn't make fun of them. All of us had our head down. We wouldn't even look at the kid crying, because we had respect. We knew, hey, Coach Roy, you do something wrong, you're going to get your rear end whooped. And he had a paddle, and I don't know how he had this thing made, but it had a baseball handle, and then it was flattened out into a paddle. Wow! Talking about the fear of God, he put the fear of God in you. Principals at school. We had a principal, Ben Benton. I love Berkmar High School. He'd get on the intercom every morning. I love Berkmar High School. But he demanded respect, and the kids respected him. And I want to give you an example. Now, when I went to high school, as soon as you turn 16, if you're fortunate enough, you get a car. If your parents would help you get a car, you had to drive your parents' car, whatever. Wow, you could drive to school and park in the parking lot at school. So at Berkmar High School, there were kids that had hot rods, get their car, fix it up, make a hot rod out of it. And then there were kids that were into pickup trucks, four-wheel drives, hunting, stuff like that. So you had a variety of those vehicles out in the parking lot. But what was interesting was every kid that had a pickup truck, when it come deer season time to go hunting, they would come to school with their deer rifle on a gun rack hanging up in the back window of the cab of a pickup truck so everybody could see it. You weren't cool if you had a pickup truck, if you didn't have a gun rack. And they made them back in them days. They don't make them now, I don't guess, but gun racks you would mount in the back window, and you could hang your rifle or your shotgun or whatever. They would come to school with the gun, and they'd be saying, "Yep, as soon as school's out, I'm going hunting. I'm going over here, blah, blah, blah." They come to school, drive right into the school parking lot with a gun. And I know good and well they had bullets. Now, was everybody scared? Did we call the police? Oh, there's a gun in the school parking lot. No. You know why? Because kids from first grade all the way up till finally high school, you were taught to respect adults and respect authority. And you know what? It would not even come into your mind, your brain would not even comprehend, I'm going to go out there and get a gun and shoot somebody. No. But today's society, we don't teach respect for authority anymore. Coach Roy, let me tell you another story about him. If two boys were fighting, and I guess girls fight nowadays, but their girls didn't fight back when I don't remember them anyway, but anyway, when boys were fighting, okay, he'd send them to see Coach Roy. You know what you do at gym class? He would take them two kids, boxing gloves, he would tie them up and says, "Okay, you boys want to fight? You're going to fight." And he'd say, "Here's the rules." He'd put a helmet on them, gloves, say, "Go at it." And usually after about 3 or 4 rounds, he'd ask them, "All right, have you guys had enough?" And they'd both say they'd had enough. They'd have busted noses, black eyes, busted bloody lips, all kind of stuff. But they'd shake hands. And I don't remember their mama and daddy, "Oh, my Johnny got a bloody nose, he busted lip, the coach let him fight." Honor the king. So those are the 4 principles. 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 17. It's a real simple verse. You can memorize these 4 principles, but live your life by them every day. Think about them. Honor the king. Respect people. Fear God. This is a roadmap. Follow it. Do it just because God says it, and don't question it, because God said it. And we fear him. We have a reverence for him, to respect God. And his wisdom and knowledge is much greater than ours. And he loves us as a heavenly Father who wants the best for us. Love the brethren. Well, you can't love the brethren if you don't go to church and you don't become a member in your church. So that's something that you got to do. Honor all men. Remember, pray, and just ask God to let you see people like He sees people. It'll be a tremendous blessing to you. So I made this video for my kids, James, Deanne, Elizabeth. God bless you. I love you. I'm unworthy to be your father. I hope that God has allowed me and worked through me enough to instill in you these principles, and hopefully it will challenge you to live your life by these and teach your children, my grandchildren, these principles. It'll change them, it'll change you, but most of all, it'll change the world. Looking for answers in this world? Let me tell you what, this world's going down the tube. In the last 40 years, I've seen so much change in society, and these young kids that I see, this world's going down fast. But we can't give up on your children. So teach them these principles, pray for them, and God bless you. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it was a blessing to you. Good night.